Hi, it's Christy, and I'm here with a special shoebox packing video to encourage you to make your shoeboxes extra special. The first thing you should do, and this is not on my list, is what Samaritan's Purse recommends, is looking through the list of recommended items that they give you in your brochure. It has all the different categories: hygiene, school supplies, toys. That gives you a great idea of how to pack a shoebox. But we just want to make some suggestions today with this video of the top 5 ways we really like to make our shoeboxes extra special. So we're taking into account that you've probably already read that standard list and absorbed that and used that for your packing. And these ideas will hopefully just tweak your shoebox packing. So I'm going to start with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So number 5 is fill your shoebox all the way. Now these shoeboxes are pretty full, but the ones that arrive at the processing center a lot of times just have a few things on the bottom, and we have to add fillers in the top if we have any available. We don't always have any available for that age group or boy or girl. So we do the best we can to make sure they end up full by the time they reach their destination. But a lot of shoeboxes just aren't very full when they're packed. So that is going to be the first recommendation. Fill your shoebox till it's full, so that when the child opens the shoebox, they will right away see, oh, what's on top, and get excited. Because if they open a shoebox that looks like this, it's not quite as exciting, is it? So number 1 recommendation is fill up those shoeboxes. So that's number 5. Number 4 is include something soft. It might seem like a no-brainer, but a lot of shoeboxes come through and they haven't had any plush or soft blanket or anything, just like a minky or a flannel or a fleece. No soft gloves, no soft hat. It's just all like school supplies and hygiene items. That's just common, or shoes or clothing items, but nothing soft. So always try to, whether it's girl, boy, no matter what the age, to include something soft in the shoebox for the child. All right, number 3 is to include a personal note and a photo. I can tell you for sure that for many years when I packed shoeboxes, I did not include the personal note and the photo. It was just like, it was so overwhelming for me to pack my shoeboxes that was the last thing I wanted to bother with. I didn't think it was very important, and I didn't take the time to do it. And then since then, when I learned, oh, it's a good idea to send a picture and a note to a child, I even started adding my contact information, and it's so rewarding to hear back from the child. A lot of times that note is their favorite thing in the box. So that is something that we should all start to think of as a normal thing to include in our shoeboxes. I know I have, and I hope you will too. All right, number 2 is when you're packing your shoeboxes, think about the child who is going to be receiving your shoeboxes. Think about what they would like and not what maybe you would like. I have seen shoeboxes that are packed. This is the only reason I'm mentioning it, is because a lot of people come in and say, oh, I liked this as a child and I like that as a child. And it's not something that would be useful or helpful to the child when they receive it. Now, a lot of times it is, but be careful about doing that. For example, if you love cruises, and that is always on your mind, this is just kind of an off-the-wall idea. But if you love cruises and you decide to make a shoebox that's really, the theme is going to be all about cruising, and you have a little cruise ship in there, and you have your picture of when you were in the cruise ship, and you have your different special memorabilia that you brought home from the cruise ship, and you have your charm bracelet that has different places that you've been on the cruise ship. Well, that isn't very interesting to a child who will receive it. So we have to be careful to make sure we put in things that the child will understand and that they will love and play with. Good old-fashioned toys are great. So think logically when you're adding things to the shoebox. Think about the receiving child, who's the age and the sex of the one that you've chosen for that particular box, and put in what that child would really appreciate and that would spark joy in their hearts when they find it in their shoebox. Okay, and now we're down to number 1, which is send more quality toys. Now, Franklin Graham has been saying send more toys. I've been saying that on my videos, but I think a lot of people put an emphasis on other things, and I'm going to give you a very specific example. When I've been working at the processing center, a lot of boxes come by and they have a huge emphasis on hygiene items. And I can understand why, because when you see the pictures, you think, oh, they really need things to wash with. And so I'm going to include this one particular box. The first year I was at a processing center, it had a big big bottle of mouthwash, and it had deodorant, and what else? There was shower soap, like a pump shower soap. So almost everything got taken out. They put the things that they take out of the boxes that aren't allowed in a bucket under your table, and then they go to homeless shelters. So it wasn't wasted. But I think that we can often forget what is allowed and what isn't allowed, and we get our emphasis wrong. So I love the fact that Franklin Graham keeps saying send more toys, because the children just come to life when you watch the videos and they show you their favorite thing, or they're holding it up. You know, I've seen where the boys are holding up the Beanie Babies, or the girls are hugging their dolls. That is something that we don't want to leave out of our shoebox, toys. So that brings us to the end of the list. Hopefully you found it useful. We want to encourage you, and I hope this was more encouraging than anything, to pack shoe boxes that the kids will really find joy in, and that they will lighten up, it will lighten up the darkness where they live. Oftentimes it's dark and scary. I know a lot of shoe boxes went to Ukraine last year, and a lot of them, according to Franklin Graham, are going this year. I just read it in his in the letter that I received from Samaritan's Purse. So some of the shoe boxes, think about this, that you are packing are going to be going to Ukraine this year. So should the Lord tarry, we will be receiving, hopefully, notes from children in Ukraine thanking us for the things they got in their shoebox. Isn't that exciting to know? So send more toys. Make sure you send quality items. Make sure you're thinking of the child and not your own favorite things to include in the shoebox. And fill your shoeboxes so that the child will be full of the joy of the Lord when they see all of the things in their shoebox. That's our goal, that they would hear the gospel and receive the message at that Operation Christmas Child event. So thank you for watching. Bye for now.